Hey, my investor friends, have you been searching for investment properties of late? How are the cash flow numbers coming up while doing the math? Are those cash flow numbers awesome or great or barely breaking even or just plain pathetic? We all get those MLS listing alerts in our inboxes, isn't it? You know it. I know it. As soon as half decent property shows up, investors just crash on it. I don't know what's with people like us. We just never give up, even if the road is hard. Yeah, that is right. Is there an alternate to this conundrum of finding properties that produce decent cash flow? Why make life hard? All my life, I've always hoped for an easy life. Now imagine driving through your neighborhood and seeing a house that has been sitting empty for months. Months! Oh my God! You are an investor and haven't noticed it till now? Not good. I look on the roads less and more on the homes next to the roads. I love homes. Anyways, on this house that you just saw, maybe the grass is overgrown, maybe the mailbox is overflowing, maybe the windows are dusty, and you think to yourself, boy, how did I miss this house? Most people drive right past it without even giving a second thought. But experienced real estate investor champions like you and me, nah. We see something completely different. We see opportunity, we see equity, we see monthly cash flow, and sometimes we see a property that can make us hundreds of thousands of dollars over the next decade. Here's the crazy part. Vacant homes are everywhere, in almost every city across America. Some have been empty for weeks, some for years. Some owners desperately want out, but nobody has knocked on their doors. No. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how experienced investors turn vacant homes into cash machines. We will cover where to find them, how to contact the owners, what to say, how to negotiate, and most importantly, how to buy them without making expensive mistakes. But stick around until the end because I will share one mistake that most beginners make that actually turn profitable vacant homes into financial disasters. Let's get started. Hey everyone, if you don't know me or are new to my channel, my name is Vikram Chopra. I was an investment banker turned broker in the Greater Charlotte metropolitan area where I live and invest and help other investors reach their financial goals through real estate investing. Why are vacant homes any different? Think about it. Every house costs money, whether someone lives in it or not. You have the property taxes, you have the insurance, you have the maintenance, you have the HOA fees, you have the utilities, the lawn care, to say the least, every single month, isn't it? Money keeps leaving the owner's pocket. Now, compare that to an occupied rental. The tenant helps cover those expenses. But a vacant house? Oh my God. It's simply draining money. It's not draining your money, it's draining the owner's money. That's why many owners eventually become motivated sellers. Not because they planned to, but because owning an empty property becomes exhausting. Here is something most beginners don't realize. The longer a house stays vacant, the more likely the owner is willing to negotiate. Well, not always, but often. That's why experienced investors like you, like me, actually like seeing overgrown grass or peeling paint. Those are not just signs of neglect. They are clues. They are the key to the future box of fortune. Clues that an opportunity might exist. But before you rush out looking for abandoned homes, there is something even more important. You need to know why it's vacant. Not because every vacant house is a good deal. And in just a minute, I'll show you 5 most profitable types. The 5 types of vacant homes. Here is where beginners make their first mistake. They assume every empty house is distressed. Not true. Some are in the process of foreclosure. Vacancy happens for dozens of reasons. Let's break down the best opportunities. Opportunity number 1, inherited homes. Someone inherits a property, but they already have their own home. They may be very satisfied in their jobs. This reminds me of an incident that happened years ago. I used to work for KPMG. Every month, a chosen employee will write something about themselves, like places they have visited, a Christmas tradition, etc. One of the questions was, name one thing that you own that you wish you didn't own. I don't remember who, but one employee wrote, a rental. He had one rental and he wished he didn't have that. When I read that, I was shocked. I thought to myself, who would not want a rental? If the tenant is bad, get rid of him, evict him. If you can't manage it, find a property manager. If the neighborhood is bad, put a Section 8 tenant in there. If you can't find a tenant, reduce the rent. If there's something else that's troubling you, buy insurance for it. But why get rid of it? I could never understand that. Over the coming years, this property would be paid off. Anyways, this mystery never got solved. I did not know the employee personally, and it isn't in my nature to barge into other people's business. No, I don't do that. The moral is that some people don't love rentals. Really surprising, and so I thought of sharing it with you. Now, this guy who inherited this house suddenly has another mortgage, or more taxes if it's paid off, or maintenance which is always there. It never ends. Sometimes they live in another state, sometimes another country. Managing a house from hundreds of thousands of miles away is not easy. These sellers are often more interested in convenience than squeezing out every last dollar. When I come across such a situation, I see an opportunity. By the way, if you're a beginner or an investor and are looking for guidance on how to get started in real estate investing, feel free to book a 20-minute phone call with me. Link below in the description. Opportunity number 2, accidental landlords. Maybe someone moved for work. Instead of selling, they kept the house. Then the tenant moved out and now the property sits empty. Every month, they are paying expenses on a home that they don't even live in. Maybe the home that they currently live in is more expensive than this one and they want to pay it down quickly. And they need funds for that house. Eventually, many ask themselves, why am I keeping this? That's when opportunities appear. Keep a sharp eye. Never let opportunities slide by. We live in a capitalist country. Opportunity number 3, estate properties. Sometimes families disagree. Yeah, that is true. I know one such family here in Charlotte. The kid wanted his dad to sell all his rental properties because the dad would tell the kid to go visit the rental property and see if everything is all right or there is a problem in the house. This kid is only interested in football and he could not stand his dad sending him at homes where random people live. Some people are not cut for this kind of business. So this kid was like, how do I get out of this nonsense? Let me just find a way to make dad sell all of his homes. Yep, true story. When families disagree, the house sits empty while paperwork drags on. Months become years, the property deteriorates. Taxes accumulate and the family simply wants closure. It's not easy on the families. I can tell you that I saw that dad. He was so disappointed that his son doesn't have the same vision as him. But he also didn't budge. He didn't sell nothing. Sooner or later, an opportunity will arise there. That I know for sure. That's why you need to check out my video here on generational wealth and how to transfer that to your kids and grandkids. Opportunity number 4, homes needing repairs. Many homeowners think, I'll fix it next year. Then life happens. 1 year becomes 3. Now the repairs seem overwhelming. A roof, an HVAC, flooring, paint. Suddenly selling as is becomes attractive. Opportunity number 5, financial stress. This is a big one. This was like fire in 2009-2010. People were losing jobs left, right, and center. The home value had reduced significantly because the guy next door had foreclosed his house. People were just walking out. They didn't care. I visited a condo in Alexandria in 2013. The condo was for short sale. The guy who was living there wasn't a blue-collar worker. He worked in IT for the government. I saw his refrigerator. The only goal written on it was, delay the foreclosure. Imagine this. He had been living in that house without paying a mortgage and HOA for at least 8 to 10 months. And it would take another 24 months before the house gets foreclosed. He lived rent-free for at least 3 years, all the while making significant income from his IT job. I mean, that is how people are. Families get divorced, they get medical bills, business failure happens. People don't always advertise these situations. But vacant properties often reveal financial pressure. Now here's something important. Never assume someone's situation. Always treat sellers with respect. You are solving a problem, not taking advantage of someone, and that mindset alone will make you a much better investor. That's why if you're planning to invest money in real estate, go ahead and book that free 20-minute call with me. We can discuss your situation together. But here's the question. How do you actually find these homes? Most people think it's difficult. It's not. Option number 1, drive for dollars. This strategy has created millions of dollars in real estate deals and it's almost free. Simply drive around the neighborhoods. And you know what? You don't have to drive just to see properties. Don't tell your partner, honey, I'm heading out to drive for dollars. No, what the heck? Don't do that. What I do is take different routes every time I have to go somewhere. For example, if I'm going to a dinner at a friend's place, I will always take a different route. I will almost always take the inner roads. And while I do keep an eye on the roads, I definitely keep an eye on the homes too. I told you, being a good real estate investor requires constant fire under your chair. Anyways, look carefully. Signs include overgrown grass, boarded windows, flyers stuck in the door, packages piling up, no curtains, dead landscaping, no cars, broken fences, mailbox overflowing. Just stop for a moment and write down the address. That's it. Don't overthink it. One afternoon can produce dozens of leads. Here's what I love about this strategy. You're finding properties before they hit everyone else's radar, before investors compete, before the bidding war begins, before wholesalers blast the deal out to thousands of buyers. You're finding them first. You're making yourself extremely valuable. You will be known as the king of deals in your city, and in real estate, being first matters. But driving isn't my favorite method. There is another strategy that's much faster. Option number 2, public records. Many counties publish incredible information. Public records are gold mines: ex-delinquent properties, code violations, vacant registrations, estate filings, probate cases. Some counties make these searchable online, others require you to visit. Either way, you're looking for signs of motivation. I visit the county courthouse here in Uptown Charlotte once a month. I've been noticing something with the property taxes going up so much, people are not able to pay them. And if you fall behind once, you know it, it's not easy to catch up. That list of delinquent homes is increasing by the week. Remember, you're not looking for ugly houses. You're looking for owners with problems you can solve. That's a huge difference. Ugly houses don't automatically equal deals. Motivated sellers create deals. Never forget that. Now, once you've found the property, most beginners freeze because they don't know what to say. Here is my thought process. I have never seen anyone come out of the phone screen, slap me twice, and then jump back into the phone screen. No, never see that happen. No one should ever be scared to pick up the phone and make a phone call. I once gave an interview for a job in California. There was a phone number given to me to call in at a certain time, and I called in. The guy on the other side said, "Thanks, Vikram, for taking the time to join us. Please stand by for my team to join." And this was just a phone meeting, not a video call. And then I hear lots of people walking in and talking. After 3-4 minutes, this guy on the phone says, "Okay, Vikram, I think everyone we need is here. Why don't we get started with the introductions?" I took maybe a minute or two to tell about me, and then those people started. There were 8 names that I heard over the phone. 8 people were going to interview me for a $65,000 entry-level job, and they were all technical people. They would ask you the syntax I would use in the SQL statement, the commands in Linux that you would use to set up a Linux firewall. Well, I'm not the one who takes crap from anyone. Before the 8th guy could tell me how great he is, I hung up the phone and turned it off. See, simple. You should also not be scared to make a phone call. Good news is that it doesn't have to be complicated. Option number 3, reaching out. You don't need fancy sales techniques. You don't need pressure tactics. You definitely don't need to pretend you are someone you are not. Keep it simple. Hi, my name is Vikram. I was wondering if you have ever considered selling the property at 123 Main Street. That's it. If they say no, fine, no problem. Do you know what no stands for? No stands for next opportunity. Remember that. And a no will never bother you again. If they say maybe, ask questions. If they say yes, well, listen far more than you talk. The biggest mistake investors make is trying to convince people to sell. Don't. What's the point? There are thousands of blocks in each city. In each block, there are many hundreds of homes. You don't need 1,000 homes. You just need 30 homes. How difficult could that be? Find people who already want to sell. There's a massive difference. Good investing is matching solutions with existing problems, not creating more problems. But here's where things get interesting. What if the seller owns very little of the property, or maybe nothing at all? That opens up options that many beginners don't even know exist. We will cover those shortly. That's why if you have questions, doubts, or concerns, go ahead and book that free 20-minute call with me. Here are some thoughts now. Thought number 1. Never make an offer until you know this. Before talking price, always ask questions, lots of questions. Why are you selling? How long has it been vacant? Any repairs needed? Is there a mortgage? When would you like to sell? What is the biggest concern? Listen carefully. The biggest thing that I want to hear is, are there any liens on the property? You want to ensure that you get a clear title. You don't want someone coming on your door, knocking and claiming that it's their house after you buy it. No, the answers tell you everything. Sometimes the lowest prices isn't even the seller's priority. Maybe they need speed. Maybe they need certainty. Maybe they need flexibility. Maybe they don't want to clean out decades of belongings. The better you understand the problem, the easier it becomes to create a win-win solution. That's why experienced investors negotiate differently. They're not just about negotiating price, they're negotiating solutions. They talk about easements, any work done without permits, any city violations that you may have to deal with later. And that one shift can save you or make you tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars. Thought number 2, the numbers still matter. Here's where emotions have to disappear. Never buy a property simply because it's vacant. Run the numbers, estimate repairs, estimate rent, estimate taxes, insurance, vacancy, maintenance, property management, if applicable, unexpected repairs. Then ask yourself one simple question. If everything goes wrong, does this investment still make sense? If the answer is no, walk away. Don't give in without sleeping over your decision though. Think of what the seller was saying earlier. Maybe there are issues in the house that the seller thinks are trivial, but you know that those are big money-consuming issues. Use those pain points to negotiate for some price reductions, and you don't have to be a bully about that. Always write down the issues, get some quotes, and then share them with the seller. If the seller is half as intelligent as you, my investor friend, are, he'll definitely think about reducing the selling price. And if he still doesn't budge and says no, well, we know what no stands for. Next opportunity. There will always be another vacant home. Don't chase deals. Wait for the good ones, because one bad purchase can erase profits from several great ones. And if you're short on cash, why don't you learn more about flipping property without using your personal funds? You can check it out here. So until next time, this is Vikram signing off. Good luck, goodbye, and go earn your freedom, even if that means you need to turn a vacant home into cash machine. Let's start a revolution. Long live freedom. Freedom from poverty, freedom from bad bosses, freedom from anything that stops us from building our business.